Is a second-hand Fab Dock the right option for you? Here are some tips to ensure you get the right dock. Welcome back to the Rudder. My name's Damian. We're here with Antoinette, our Mary Fisher 895, and my Fab Dock, which is going up for sale. So just as I'm selling a second-hand Fab Dock, I thought it might be a good opportunity to, I've learned a few lessons while we're doing this, just to give a few tips for if you were thinking about getting a second-hand Fab Dock, how you can ensure you get the one that is correct for your vessel and fits all the specifications that you want. Okay, tip number one, and I'm probably going to say this 10 times in this video. I think one of the easiest ways to not go awry is to contact Fab Dock as soon as you have sort of one in mind that you're looking at, and when you're discussing with someone online or in Facebook or wherever you're looking at buying your Fab Dock, contact the company, Fab Dock. They're super helpful. 9 times out of 10, they know the owner of that Fab Dock, they know the boat that's in there, and they can give you all the specifications. Sometimes even the owners of the Fab Docks might not be quite aware of the one they've got and how it will suit your vessel. Tip number 2 is make sure you've got the right Fab Dock for your vessel. Not only does that mean length, it can mean width, and also what sort of engines you run. I've got outboard engines. We got all the way through a whole negotiation with someone and then found out he had inboard engines. He hadn't disclosed what vessel he was looking at to me, but right as we got to the end, he was an inboard, and this Fab Dock is for outboards. It doesn't have that extra pocket to allow for the engine, for the motor. So make sure you've got the right Fab Dock for you. Tip number 3 is make sure you get everything that's included in your Fab Dock. So obviously there's this thing here, the big tubular thing, so you need all of that, ropes, but there's also the electrics on board, so you need to get that. That's actually a problem we had when we bought this Fab Dock. You need to get the electrics on board. I don't think it'd be a Rudder at home video if I didn't end up in the lazaret at some point. So of course you need to get down here and get all the wiring electrics, the 12 volt system, out of the buyer's boat before you head off. And the pump, everything that comes when you get a new Fab Dock, you should get with your second-hand Fab Dock. Of course, the company can help you out if you need spares, or if something's broken and you need to replace it. That's awesome, but it's best off that you get everything that you want. And a really good way to do that is if Fab Dock can come and do the uninstall from the buyer, if you want that, and then you can make sure you've got everything that you need. Number 4 is transiting. You might want to do the transit yourself, especially maybe on the Gold Coast down here, and you're literally buying and just moving it a few canals away. So shipping it or moving it on the water is the easiest option by far. You just need a decent tender or a boat, decent horsepower so you can pull it. They're very heavy. Remember to check the tides and go with the tide. You do not want to be pulling these things against the tide. Even though they're floating, they're quite heavy, and they're not made to motor around the waterways. So moving it on water is by far the easiest. We're doing that this morning. We're going to move ours up to a bit of grass up there. The second way is to deflate it, clean it up a little bit, roll it up and put it on a truck. It is super heavy. I don't know how much this will weigh, like 40-50 kilos, but it's got wet, it's got dirt and muck on the bottom. It's going to be super heavy, so make sure you bring some friends for that one. And the last tip, tip number 5, is the same as tip number 1, call Fab Dock. They really can help you out, making sure you've got everything. All right, well, I hope you enjoyed those quick little tips. Probably a very narrow audience for this video today, but if you're looking at a Fab Dock, they're my 5 tips to make sure you get the one for you. I hope you enjoyed that. Leave any comments down below, and we'll see you next time on the Rudder.